Hi, I'm Frank. Welcome to my woodturning channel. I've got some burls here I'm going to try to do for my next video. I've got three that are part of a cord set. These are cherry burls. Most of them are in good shape, but this one has a flaw in it. I'm going to have to put some epoxy in it. And this particular one has a really big flaw. I'm going to have to probably do a proper pour in this one to salvage it. Anyway, let's see how we make out. For the smaller cracks, I'm using just 5-minute epoxy. This particular one is from System 3. I like to add pigment. In this case, I'm going to use a black pigment. I find that black goes well with cherry. And I've added tape on the other side of the cracks just to make sure that when I add the epoxy to the crack, it doesn't flow through to the other side. In this video, I've decided just to deal with the first 3 cord bowls. The one with the really large opening that requires an epoxy pour, I'm going to do an entire video separately for that one. So here I've filled in all of the smaller cracks with the 5-minute epoxy. Now I'm going to deal with this much larger crack. It's fairly deep. It goes all the way through the bowl. And for this I'm going to use just general purpose epoxy. It takes 24 hours to cure, and this particular one is from System 3. You can see I've built a dam all around the crack with just cardboard and glue with a glue gun. This first pour I did actually leaked a little bit out the other side. So after it hardened up, I taped the inside of the bowl up really, really well. And I had to do 2 more pours to sufficiently fill up the crack. Filling this crack up really well was important to me because I thought that structurally the piece would fall apart if I didn't do that. Now here's some pictures of the crack completely filled. These burls had all been roughed out when they were wet, so now they've worked a bit. So I'm going to use a jam chuck here with a soft pad to true up the bottom and create a tenon. For the smaller cracks, I'm just going to fill them with some cherry dust and then CA glue on top of the dust. I've gone through the same procedure with this bowl to just put it on a jam chuck. And here I'm going to just cut it with a 5/8 inch bowl gouge. I find that just with a bit of epoxy, the 5/8 inch bowl gouge works fine. And I don't need to resort to using carbide tools. And here you can see I'm creating the tenon. The next stage will be just to true up the outside of the bowl to its final surface. With the outside surface completely finished, I've now turned the bowl around, put it in the chuck, and now I'm going to just do the final turning on the inside of the bowl. If you're enjoying my wood turning video, please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps the YouTube analytics and gives me some incentive to keep making more videos. After I get past the live edge, I can no longer see how thick the piece is, so I like to use these Andre Martel calipers. I found they're really nice, and I've given you a link in my notes to where you can purchase them if you're interested. Here's some close-ups of the final pieces. The epoxy filled the cracks really well. These bowls can be used as salad bowls if someone wishes, but they're nice as decorative pieces. I used general salad bowl finish on these. Now stay tuned for my next video, which will cover how I dealt with that bowl that had the very large opening where I have to do a resin pour.